Destiny is moving reckless.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25
What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. Y'all, we are here today to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 10, Episode 7. And the name of the episode is called BETWAN Two Worlds. Listen, that week off that they gave us felt like eternity. I don't know. I just feel like that I missed these. When I was watching the show, I just felt like I missed these people. I do. The episode started off with Destiny meeting with Lance. Now, from what I get with Lance and Destiny is that their relationship, it was nothing serious, but they was both hitting each other up on the late night tip. And, you know, that's hard trying to hit somebody up on a late night tip. Everybody can't play that game. And both of them ended up catching feelings for each other. Now, they weren't exclusive, but Destiny herself said that she was still dating at the reunion last year. So in that regard, I don't feel like that Lance owed Destiny anything, which is why she found out that Lance had welcomed a new baby on the internet with the rest of us.
Attending a birthday party.
Right? I don't think that he owed her anything. I really don't. Lance said that he knew about the baby, but he didn't tell anyone about the baby until he was sure that it was his, not even his parents. So it must have been some more late night tip stuff. See, Lance with this late night tip stuff going on, that's probably why he didn't really tell nobody about the baby, by the way that the baby was brought into this world. But at least he stepped up to the plate and is taking care of the baby. But I still want to know what happened to the mama. I think that Destiny feels like that she probably deserved or was owed more respect than finding out on the internet with the rest of the world because they was friends first. But the lines became blurred, Destiny, especially when you was at the reunion days before saying that you were still dating when Carlos King asked you to define you and Lance's relationship. So I feel like that you was playing that game. And the truth of the matter is you just wasn't his girlfriend. I think your feelings was hurt because you felt played. And I think that situationships can be tricky, but you got to play the game and move accordingly. And Destiny wasn't playing the game. I feel like Destiny was actually disrespecting the game. But Destiny to be running around acting like that she was hurt, running around like he was her man, running around questioning his mama. Girl, I don't know. I feel like her feelings was hurt, but you got to eat that. You got to eat that. Especially when you're running around giving googly eyes to Twan in front of Miss Nell. No, ma'am. Now, Destiny said that she didn't know that Twan was Lance's godbrother, but you did know that Lance hired him to work your event. So in that case, you knew that he was the hired help. And there's nothing wrong with flirting, but you have to understand how that makes you look, especially in front of Miss Nell. You running around here flirting with one of the workers? You out around here flirting with one of the workers. And I just, for the life of me, can't understand why Destiny will be trying to date anybody that is associated with anybody in this friend group. I just think, to me, that is so messy, and I think it's so reckless. I can tell Destiny don't know the game by the way that she moving. You know, a lot of times people get into these situations where they don't really know how to handle them, and I don't think that Destiny know how to handle them. So Destiny said that Tisha told her that Twan was interested, and she said that if he approached her, she would date him. And she is telling this to Lance. First of all, Destiny, you don't owe Lance that. If he found out on the internet that you was dealing with Twan, then he found out on the internet. That's where you found out about the baby, so that's where we are. Move accordingly. I'm on what you on. So if I find out shit on the internet, you're going to find out shit on the internet. But even in this case, I feel like that Destiny is moving prematurely because she's going by what Tisha is telling her. You running back and telling this to Lance as if you know for sure that Twan is interested in you. And you don't know that because he didn't tell you that. You don't know that. And I feel like that you're just trying to show Lance that you got people interested in you. But I think that it kind of made you look stupid to be speaking on something that haven't even came into fruition yet. He wasn't even man enough to approach you. You telling Lance what Tisha is telling you. I just think that's crazy. It be all kind of fuck shit going on when people be trying to put people down with other people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say, don't send your homeboy. Don't send your homegirl. If you want to come and you want to talk to me, come by yourself. So I can know exactly what you said and you can hear what I'm saying from me directly. And we ain't got to go through any middleman because all we knowing, Twan probably did it and Trisha was like, well, she know how to do this and she said that she know how to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like all that. But Lance said that he blesses it, but I can tell that Lance is hurt by it. We're gonna talk about it later.
You won't talk about this again before I leave here.
So then all of the men meet up. All of the men on the show from who I've seen on the show this season meet up except for Marquez. It seems like Lance is taking Fletcher's advice and talking to Martell. So he tells Martell about Destiny. And Lance says that the word on the street is that Destiny wants to hook up with his god brother. Nigga, that ain't the word on the street. You heard that straight from the horse's mouth. But you see how these niggas be moving? See, Destiny said that she didn't know that Twan was his god brother. So him even putting it out there like that is some kind of sucker shit to me.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
Clock that T.
Clock it.
I'm just saying, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. But this is the game that Destiny decided to play. This is the game that you decided to play. It would be different if you was moving like this and Lance didn't have a platform, but Lance got a platform, so he gonna play the game. And the game is to make you look like, oh. Lance does share with Martell that he had feelings for Destiny, which is why he tried to hide the baby. I hear people say stuff like that all the time. That logic to me just don't make sense. Because if you're trying to hide the baby or trying to hide what you done did, but you are making me look stupid in the process.
What you did was you just made me look stupid.
And how long was Destiny and Lance talking? Because everything before the situationship started should have been charged to the game. I can see if the baby was conceived during a situationship, but from my understanding, it doesn't seem like the case. It don't even seem like they was dealing with each other that long. Maurice joins the conversation and tries to encourage Lance to get a vasectomy. Maurice says that Lance is playing with fire. He just had a surprise kid, and he's not going to have sex, so he should keep the kids, or he should have the kids on his terms and snip it. Then we found out Maurice got a vasectomy. So my question is, why did Maurice get a vasectomy? Because from my understanding, Maurice only got one child. Did Kimmy end up pregnant before and I missed it? Or did he have a slip up somewhere? I'm willing to bet that he had a slip up somewhere. I've always assumed that Kimmy was the oldest person on the show. And I thought that Maurice had a thing for older women. So I thought that Kimmy was menopausal. And I looked up Kimmy to see how old Kimmy was. Baby, they saying that Kimmy is 36 years old.
You a motherfucking liar. You knew that?
They saying that Kimmy is 36 years old. And I don't believe that because according to Jalen's Instagram, Jalen is 27 years old. That means that Kimmy would have had him at 9 years old. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think that they got it wrong. So I need to get to the bottom of it to see what's going on. But I am willing to bet that Maurice got a vasectomy because he was cheating and slipped up somewhere, and some girl probably gave him an excuse like, well, I don't know, it's my baby, and I don't want to kill my baby. And he probably had a close call, so he said, let me go get a vasectomy. So even if I am out here cheating, I won't be caught cheating, or there won't be no proof of it, at least with no baby, right? Because Kimmy and Tisha seem to operate from we ain't got no proof. We ain't got no proof. They could see the nigga in the pussy. And be like, we ain't got no proof, but they won't be able to deny a baby.
Dumb and dumber. No.
Marsau ended up asking Ken if he wanted to marry Tisha. Ken says that Tisha has a lot of stuff outside of her divorce from Marquez that she has to work out, and he's not sure if he wants to marry her. But see, that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question. The question was if she wanted to marry you. And see, I've been saying all season.
Don't you guys? I said it.
At the end of the day, Marquez is Trisha Kidd's father. So whether y'all like it or not, Tisha and Marquez will be tied together for generations because they have created life together. And so when their great grandkids look up their ancestry, they will see the names Tisha and Marquez on somebody's birth certificate. So Marquez and Tisha are family. And Tisha is Marquez's family, not Ken's. Tisha and those two kids are Marquez's family, not Ken's. Trisha was nothing to Ken, nothing more than his bitch. Sorry.
Ricky Lake come and gone. But
that's all she was. Ken shouldn't have had any say about Marquez and his kids because he could have ruined the relationship with Marquez and his kids, and he not gonna even be there for the long run. He ain't. Okay? I sympathize with Ken not having kids, but go get a dog. These are not your kids. That is not your family.
I'm not going anywhere. You ain't no damn family.
Martell ended up asking Ken about his relationship with Ariane. Ken said that he never dealt with Ariane before. I'm sure Ariane had already told Martell that, but see, it's the way that he met her, right? He didn't believe Ariane because in his head, she a hoe.
Yup.
She a hoe. She was fucking with him while he was married and had a baby while he was married. And so he doesn't trust her because she don't got no morals. Martell said that Marsau said something about Ariane getting around in the midst of an argument. And when he reached out to him about it, Marsau said that he was mistaken. And see, I don't like that. Because if I'm Ariane, I'm coming to check something.
I'm checking lists and everything.
I'm coming to check either Tisha or I'm coming to check Marsau, but keep me out the shit. Keep me out the shit. Martell basically said that shit was lame because if it was him or if he say something, it's going to be true. And I don't know, for some reason, y'all, when it comes to Martell and him going at these Scott brothers, I believe everything Martell is saying. So then we get to the issue between Martell and Marsau, and it was kind of sad to see. I can tell that them boys are really friends and that them boys really love each other. I do, but they both have valid arguments. I agree with Marsau in regards to Martell making bad decisions that ruined his marriage and he was trying to tear everybody else's marriage apart. I do believe that. I do believe that he's tight and he wants everybody to be in the situation that he in. And I can also agree with Martell that Marsau was taking shots. They showed a clip of Marsau in season 1 saying that Martell and Melody didn't celebrate their 10-year wedding anniversary because one of them had been busy, implying that Martell had cheated. And I know all y'all gonna say, but that was season 1, but baby, that was enough.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I wouldn't give a damn if it was 10 years ago. Baby, that was enough. When you think about it, according to Martell, him and the Sky Brothers has all been cheating together. And you chose to get on this camera season 1 and say that I've been busy and imply that I've been cheating, then we got a motherfucking issue. We got a motherfucking issue. Marsau said that he had apologized, but see, the thing is, you apologized, but you didn't stop Tisha. And from what I remember, it seemed like Martell and Marsau were caught between a rock and a hard place, and that Tisha was the problem. Because if I'm Martell, I'm not going to continue to sit back and let Tisha continue to spray me and I not say anything back.
Get your bitch. Because if I get him, it's going to be ugly.
But on the other hand, Marsau can't tell Tisha to be quiet when she going at them because she was going at Melody and Martell. And you can't tell Tisha to sit back and be quiet because it's going to look like you got something to hide. Well, she don't really care anyway, as long as it ain't just right in her face. She don't really care. She knows. She knows. But, you know, I understand both sides, and it's a sticky situation. But I do think that Martell just take the L. Just take the L. You was out here moving reckless. If Tisha want to be blind and not believe what's going on, then I don't get you still steady trying to ruin her marriage. She ain't leaving. Everybody know it's true, but she ain't leaving. So, you know, just let it go. Then we get Nell, Lance, and Twan. Destiny was playing in Nell and Lance's face. So they working out over here with Twan. Miss Nell had to cover up her lace. She said that Fletcher be telling her that her screen door is showing. I ain't never heard no lace called no screen door before. Lance ended up sharing with Twan and Miss Nell that he spoke to Destiny, and Destiny said that she was interested in Twan and that he gave her his blessing. Lance seems to be in his feelings to me. He know what Twan looks like. Let's be real. If you put a bag over Twan's face, Twan does look good with a bag over his face. He tall, he got a nice body, and Lance looked like a teenager standing next to Twan. And he tight about it. He mad. Lance literally has to look up to Twan. I feel like Nell and Lance was trying to prompt or pressure Twan into saying that he wouldn't date Destiny. He kept saying that Destiny was a beautiful woman.
You gotta go fuck it up.
Cause you ain't a beautiful motherfucker.
I feel like he was just trying to be polite. But basically, he was saying that he won't pursue her because it's bros before hoes. And I know Destiny feels like a fool by going around saying, well, Tisha told me that he was interested in if, girl, we ain't talking about nothing until he do. Don't tell me about no ifs. Tell me when he do. But did you see what Miss Nell did? Baby, to ensure that Twan didn't date Destiny, Nell threw some sauce in the game. And what did she do? She started playing with Destiny's pussy.
Like, it got really.
She just threw the pussy all up in the air. She was going to make sure that Destiny wasn't going to play in their face anymore. And then when I say they, I mean her and Lance. Because Twan is her godson, right? But Lance is her actual son. And she didn't want him to look like he took an L on TV. And so she started talking about how Lance and Destiny fucked. And make no mistake, Destiny and Lance were fucking.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Be very clear.
Because if they weren't, it would be so easy for Lance to simply say that they wasn't. But all this, what we did was between us, and what we did and didn't do is only our business, and all of that is cold, but we fuck, but we keeping it on the hush.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
That's why I don't want no motherfucker to speak on me. Cause y'all get to saying the wrong shit. Y'all get to saying the wrong shit. But make no mistake, Lance know what he's saying. Cause if they didn't fuck, he could have just said, I ain't fuck her. That's how you talk about somebody you didn't fuck before. But to keep on implying it, let me know that y'all fuck. And y'all can go play that game with somebody else. Then Destiny and Nell meet. Destiny said that she been knowing Nell for at least 10 years. And she used to be able to pick up the phone and call her. Girl, well, why would you be sleeping or dating her son? I just don't understand that. That is crazy to me. She said that she was hurt that Nell disappeared and left LA and went to beat up for her grandbaby. Destiny, you're acting delusional. You damn right she left LA and went to go tend to her grandbaby and her son. That's her grandbaby and Lance is her child. They will always come before you. They will always come before you. Destiny said that she loved Nell. She was hurt that when distance started to grow between them after LA, but it was too close to home. Nell felt that she was playing in her face. Nell felt that she was playing in her son's face. And Destiny, there's nothing wrong with flirting when you out with your girls. But to be flirting in front of a guy that you're dating mother, it's reckless.
You're stupid. You're not smart. You're not smart.
Oh. It's reckless. And it's giving loosey-goosey. It is giving loosey-goosey. They'll say that you done been with Moses, then you done been with Land, then I forgot that you was over there with Jalen, playing with Jalen, and now all of a sudden it's Twan.
Hey, what are you doing?
I guess Monster gonna be next when he become legal. Because you don't mind going low because you went over there with Jalen. Or was even playing like you was gonna be with Jalen. You just ran through. It seemed like all the niggas on all the supporting cast on the show done ran through Destiny. You just ran through by the supporting cast.
They don't want that out, bitch.
Shit, I wouldn't be surprised if you and Ken didn't start fucking next season for him to stay on the show. Destiny said that a lot of women have mothered her when her mother didn't. And Nell is one of those women. So you fucking your brother?
Oh. Okay.
Then she ended up telling Nell that she loved her. I thought that was sweet. It kind of made me soften up to Destiny a little bit, just a little bit. I think that Destiny, I'm sorry, she cool. She kind of grew on me this episode a little bit, but I think that Destiny is moving reckless. I think that she's moving reckless. A lot of times people get into these situationships and they don't know how to maneuver in there. I think that her and Lance, they didn't know what they was doing and they caught feelings. But I think that Destiny, you're going to end up taking a bigger L. It would be different if Lance didn't have access to a confessional and able to get put a narrative out there. But I just think that she was moving reckless. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that there was some sucker shit that Lance did for him to go and say that Destiny was trying to holler at his god brother when she already told him that she didn't know that that was the god brother? And whose side are y'all on between Martell and Marsau? I can kind of see it from both sides, but I think that Martell should just let it go. That's just me in my opinion, y'all. But y'all let me know in the comments, y'all. Thank y'all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.
Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it. Call daddy, tell him 25 got it.